to AARP's downsizing and decluttering. I always get it backwards. I always say decluttering and downsizing, but it's downsizing and decluttering. My name is Paul Singh, and I'll be a presenter today. And a little bit about my background. I retired in 2014 after years and years of service. I don't want you to calculate how old I am. Years and years of service with the federal government. And so when I retired, I wanted to do something fun, because I was getting plenty of pension. So I wanted to do something fun to occupy my time. And so I started doing presentations for AARP, and I love it. By trade, I'm a stand-up comedian. I also do it sitting down sometimes. So that's that. But my friends, they don't understand the concept of volunteering. They ask me, they go, "You are a volunteer for AARP? How much does that pay?" It doesn't pay anything. Then why you do it? Because it gives me peace of mind. Why just peace of mind? Why not the whole mind? So they don't get it, so I have a hard time. Then they tease me. They go, "We know why you like to go to senior center. Because you can tell the same joke every week." And they laugh every time. I'm like, that's not true. Those seniors are smart. They're very smart. In fact, welcome, ma'am, welcome. Are you here for the decluttering class?
I am.
But you look so clean. Welcome. But you look so decluttered already.
Would you like to take a look at it?
So one time I went to the senior center and it was Halloween. So, to dress up, I wore my favorite green turban. And as I'm walking in, this lady opens the door for me and she says, "Young man, nice hat." So I tell her politely, I said, "Thank you, ma'am. Actually, this is a turban. I'm from India. I'm a Sikh." She says, "Well, I hope you're not contagious." She knew who Sikhs were. She was just picking on me. She knew who Sikhs were. And the funny part is, when they give you a compliment, "Welcome, sir. Are you here for the decluttering class?" Oh, he don't want to be associated.
He's passing by.
He don't want to be associated with us. All right. They think it's like an AA group, like we, like we have a problem. We're clutters. That's not the case. So anyhow, one of the best part about seniors, they give you the most clever and conniving compliments. I'll tell you why. I was showing the picture of my girl to one of the seniors, and she says, "That's your girlfriend? Is that your girlfriend?" That's what she said. "That's your girlfriend?" I'm like, "Yeah." "She nice. What wrong with her?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She said, "What wrong with her?" Like, "What's wrong with her? What wrong with her?" I'm like, "Why?" She said, "Why she like you?" Oh, I'm like, really? She's giving a compliment to my girlfriend, but she's picking on me. So that's how smart they are. So you can never put it past them. So, but besides that, also I do several of the workshops. I do a workshop called 6 Pillars of Brain Health. Very crucial. 6 Pillars of Brain Health, where we talk about different things you can do to keep your brain healthy. And I also do a workshop called Happiness 101. Because, as we get older, we start a little bit of depression sets in, and so this course is really cool. It teaches you first it teaches you the fundamental of happiness. Because most of us don't even know what the definition of happiness is. If I was to ask you to define happiness, what would you say? Anybody? Anybody got a definition of happiness? And that's the sad part. None of you guys have a clear definition of happiness. And look, we're at the stage where, and we do everything in life to be happy, right? But we don't know what happiness is. And then we wonder why we never found it. So I talk about the definition, I talk about the fundamentals and all that. So it's really cool. I'm going to talk to the activity director, and then we're going to have those classes. So come by, bring your friends. It's a very useful class. All right, so today we're going to get started with the downsizing and decluttering. I'll tell you how I got started in this, how I got interested in this subject, besides the fact that I was a clutter pack. I used to belong to Toastmasters. And I went to a Toastmasters meeting where this lady gave a 5-minute speech on decluttering and sorting. And that 5-minute speech was so powerful that I came home the same day and I started decluttering my basement. And I sold a whole bunch of stuff on eBay, made $10,000.
Oh, wow.
I'm not kidding. I had junk that got sold for $10,000. And then the basement was clear and empty. So we turned that basement into a basement apartment, and we started getting rent $1,200 to $1,500 a month for the rest of our life. That's how powerful it is. Welcome, ma'am. Are you here for the decluttering class?
What?
Decluttering class, downsizing.
Yes.
Come on in.
Oh, this is
Come on in.
okay.
Yeah, we were waiting for you. They wouldn't let me start.
Oh, thank you.
What's your name?
Oh, Joanne?
They said, don't start until Joanne comes.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of friends over here. Yes,
How
ma'am.
much have I missed?
Oh, you didn't miss much. I'll catch up to you.
Okay.
I'll catch you up. Don't worry, Joanne. You find a good seat. So, yeah. All right. So, what you missed? So, could anybody bring her up to speed with the jokes?
Yeah,
So far, all we did is tell jokes because we knew you were coming, so we wanted to save the clutter, save the real good stuff for later. Anyhow, so I'm telling people how I got started in the downsizing and decluttering thing, and basically, so we started renting our basement because it was all clean for $1,200 to $1,500 a month, and that's how come I was able to retire because now we had an extra income. So think about that. Think about how powerful decluttering and downsizing is. And another thing that decluttering and downsizing does is when you declutter a room and then you make it nice and clean, every time you go into that room, it gives you a shot of dopamine. Okay? Every time you go into that room, and that shot is endless. Every time you go in, you go, oh my God, look at that. How nice and clean. I can see the floor now. I can even see what the wall color paintings of all the wall color is. All that stuff. Hello, man. Are you coming in for the class? Was it that bad? Let me close it. Oh, you're doing something more important than decluttering? Oh, she's teaching. I'll pick at everybody, so don't mind me. All right. Anyhow, so decluttering is very powerful. Anyhow, let's get started. Okay, does anybody know who this is?
King Tut.
King Tut, yeah. King Tut, he had a lot of stuff too and he couldn't take it with him. So just remember that. Before I get started, I have to tell you a little story about some rules for my class. One of the rules is I don't get paid for this. I'm a volunteer just like some of the people here. And so the only thing I do, my biggest goal, first of all, I have 4 goals. AARP only has one goal for me, to impart the information. I have 4 goals. Impart the information and have as much fun as possible because, I don't get paid. So this is how I have fun. I want to laugh my tail off and I want you all to have fun too. My 3rd goal is to give you a formula so that you remember this class forever. So that when you see me in Costco, you might forget my name, but you'll say, that guy, that's a decluttering guy right there. And so then the 4th goal that I have is to make this decluttering your lifestyle. I'm going to show you how to make it your lifestyle. So from here on, it'll just happen automatically. You just start doing it automatically. Those are my goals. So hopefully you'll help me achieve those goals. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little secret about the kind of rules I'm going to tell you a little story real quick. I'll explain why I'm going to tell you this. I was at a party one time and I encountered a social bully. How many people know what a social bully is? Social bully, thank you, just one person. Social bully are very well-connected people. Good-looking, well-connected people who if they don't like you, they will make your life miserable. Am I correct? Okay. They will make your life miserable living here. And for some reason, I rubbed the wrong way to the social bully. I usually, try to be friendly to everybody, but somehow we rubbed each other the wrong way, and he had me removed from the party. He went to the host and said, "Please send that guy home, or else it's going to be trouble." And so the host came to me and says, I said, okay. But it bothered me that I was asked to leave because usually I'm invited, the first one invited, and I'm asked to leave. So I went home, but it left a mark on my head. You know what? I told myself, I said, from now on, I'll never, ever, ever drink again with that guy. But I wanted to have fun. I wanted to go to parties and have fun. So I figured out a way to have fun without drinking. Folks, if you can have fun without drinking, you can party all the time. Am I right? Am I right? You can party all the time. So I party all the time. I party all the time. In fact, I'm partying right now. But I have some rules for my party. And I conduct my class like a party. The rules for my party are very simple. They go with the acronym P-A-R-T-Y, party. P stands for participate. I want you all to participate. Whenever you go to a party, I want you to participate. Okay, P also stands for turn your phones off because one phone call from one person will disturb the whole class, all 7 of you. No, there's more. Second rule is ask any question. A stands for ask any question. I will answer any question that you have, whether it's decluttering related or personal, whatever, ask any question. R stands for respect. Okay? If somebody's talking, wait for them to finish, raise your hands, and I'll make sure I address you. And T in the party stands for time. We only have an hour, so make your comments, questions, compliments, short, sweet, to the point, and so we keep moving. And Y stands for say yes if you're ready to party with me.
Yes.
Say yes. And so we all party now. So if you follow these rules at a party, you'll be invited back again. I guarantee you. Anyhow, so let's get started. So King Tut was not able to take it with him, and neither can you. So let's learn that from him. All right, so here are the goals. And again, understand the stuff, learn practical, easy ways to follow down cluttering tips. And Paul's goals help you remember for the rest of your life and make decluttering a lifestyle. All right, so here's a little demographic. Did you guys know that every year, every day, 10,000 people turn 65? How many is that in a year? 36.5 million people every year. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So what does that mean? What does this statistic mean? It means that we have generations and their stuff. We have 4 generations and their stuff. See, 65, then you got their kids, then you got their grandkids. So you have like 4 generations of stuff. You know, your forefathers. So that's a lot of stuff. Okay. So why does this matter? This matters because the largest amount of people ever requiring healthcare, we have the largest amount of people requiring healthcare. Okay, Medicare, because when they turn 65 every day, that's 10,000 people every day going on Medicare, right? Also, 2 generations attached pride to their stuff because of the hard work and memories. An impending shortage of affordable housing and downsizing. I don't need to tell you that. You're living here. Also, rising cost of healthcare, more services provided within the home. And the number one thing that impedes people in leaving their home and or getting healthcare into their home is their stuff. Their stuff. We're attached to our stuff. We don't want to leave our house. We're attached to all those little heirlooms, little things that we're so, dear to us. All right. Now, they did a survey and they found that the majority of caretakers said that the most stressful thing part of settling the estate was handling the stuff. Okay. So and we all know this. We've all cleaned up after somebody who passed away, our near and dear person who passed away. So we know that very, very well. Okay. So the takeaway from this is that no one wants our stuff. Okay. We might think someone wants our stuff, but no one wants our stuff. But you know what that means? You can start leaving your door unlocked. No, ain't nobody coming under your stuff. In fact, my sister, she just became a widower. Sorry. And she wanted to get rid of some stuff, and 1-800 remove junk people. They wanted $800 for the truck to fill up. So I was telling her, I said, why don't you leave your keys with the address someplace in the parking lot and leave your door open and let somebody, you'll save $800. So okay, our goal today is to have fun, learn the tips, remember the tips, and make them your lifestyle. All right. Okay, so today we're going to discuss the 10 tips for downsizing and decluttering. Okay, and the number one tip is include everyone in the house. Now, why is that so crucial to include everyone in the house? Why is that so important?
So you don't throw their stuff.
Bingo. Exactly. You don't want to be the only person decluttering and everybody else is shopping at Costco, right? Filling up those big carts. Have you seen those carts? Costco's carts are much bigger than regular carts. You could put 2 human beings and 3 immigrants in there. So include everybody in this endeavor. Okay, don't just do it by yourself. Include everybody. All right. Number 2. Okay, and that includes, I don't know who wrote this. Husbands, Who's got husbands? Husbands. I mean, I husband, but you know, husbands.
One is plenty.
Right, one's plenty, right? Grandkids and everyone. Okay, so yeah, include everybody. All right. Okay, this is my favorite one. The next one is 10-minute sweep. Now, a lot of times, you know, we when we look at our house, we look at the house as one entity. Okay, and then we go, oh my God, so much stuff to declutter. I don't know, it's too much. What they recommend is do a 10-minute sweep. What that means is like take one drawer, clean out the drawer, get rid of all the stuff from the drawer. So when you open the drawer, you can find things rather than shuffling through stuff. Okay, start small. Start like a little nook and cranny. Like they're working on this little table area that they're gonna declutter. Okay, so 10-minute sweep. Now here's the trick I do. You know how like when you're gonna go out with your friends or somebody and you're waiting for them at the house, and they're never on time. Right? That's when you do the 10-minute sweep. When you're waiting for them, while you're cussing them out under your breath, you start cleaning one of the rooms. Okay? Do a 10-minute sweep. So when they show up, you're not boiling mad. You're happy. You're like, oh, thank God you're late. Look, my room looks clean. I swear to God, they'll never be late again because they don't want you to benefit from that. They'll start showing up on time. So yeah, do a 10-minute sweep. Wonderful. All right, third one is unpack your bags as soon as you get home. Unpack your bags. I'm gonna tell you a little story. I was doing stand-up in Florida, in Miami Beach. And they put me in a very nice hotel overlooking the beach. And so I partied all day and I came to the room at about 11-ish to go to sleep. And I lay down in bed and then I felt some critters coming up. And I turned on the light and there's a whole bunch of these bed bugs coming to attack me. I got out of the bed, I jumped in the shower, got rid of my clothes and changed different clothes and and then I called the hotel. I said, hey man, you gave me a room with bed bugs. He says, sorry, that's the last room. You ain't got any other rooms. So I slept in my car and in the morning I took the flight, came home, and as I'm coming home, I was married then, I was calling my wife, I said, hey, this is what happened. She says, don't you come home. She didn't want me coming home. So I said, well, what am I going to do? Stay in a hotel for the rest of my life? So anyhow, so she met me in the backyard, armed with a pressure washer. She made me strip off my clothes in my backyard and she pressure washed me. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you don't know dancing, be pressure washed and you'll learn dancing real quick. Let me tell you, I learned steps that I didn't know I could do, and that pressure washer hurts. That pressure washer is not a joke. It hurts. It'll hurt. I was like red all over, And then she made me come in. She made me throw away all my clothes. I walked in naked, and then we threw away the bag, and that's how I started my new life. I felt like I was born again. So it's that bad. But when we come home from a trip, what's the first thing we do?
Set the bag down.
We take our bag and put it on our bed. But guess what you just did? You just contaminated your bed. Because when you put your bag in an airplane and along with other luggages, guess what? The little critters immigrate to each other's bags. You know what I mean? There's a free immigration going on over there. And so everybody gets a little taste of those bed bugs. That's why if you notice, whenever you go sleep in somebody's guest room, there's always bed bugs. You'll always end up itching because people in their guest bedrooms, they have everybody coming in there putting their bags in the bed. So be careful, unpack your bags. Unpack your bags right away. Now the best thing I've heard to do is take your bag to the laundry room, set it on the laundry machine, put your clothes in the laundry machine, put your bag outside in the sun, let it air out, and then bring it in. That's the best way to, make sure that it's clean. This is another favorite of mine. Every item has a home. Every item has a place. You know what the number one reason why we lose our things? What's the number one reason why we lose our things?
We didn't put it back where it belonged.
Bingo! We didn't put it back where it belongs. Every place has a home. Keys go on a key ring. Clothes go on a hanger. Husbands go in the garage. Everything has a place. All right. Pile sort. Now remember I was telling you how I was able to declutter my basement? This is what she did. She just talked about pile sort. It was a 5-minute speech. All she did was talk about file sort. and she made piles. She made 4 piles, and I'll show you what they are. Okay, so the 4 piles, and they could be anything for you. Keep, sell, donate, and trash. Now I do it backward. My number 1 pile is trash, because you want to get rid of stuff as much as possible. Actually, donate is my number 1. Donate, trash, sell, and keep. Because you want to keep last, because that should be your, you want to declutter, you want to get rid of stuff. So the things to do is donate first, trash, sell, keep. Now you can make as many piles as possible, but that's all you need to do. Like when you do a 10-minute sweep, make these 4 piles in every, wherever you do it. And this will help you declutter. I had something to tell you about this. Oh yeah, I'll get to it. Okay, distribute legacy items now. What's a legacy item? What's a legacy item?
Grandma's silver.
Heirlooms, grandma jewelry, very good, right? Stuff that's valuable to you, but you never use it, right? Stuff that's valuable to you, but you never use it. And you wanna give away to your kids, but make sure they want it. Make sure they want it, because a lot of times they might not want it. I'll give you an example. Somebody wanted to push their china cabinet to their kids who lived in New York City, in Manhattan, with an apartment that was smaller than a bathroom. They don't want it. They don't want it. They're going to put it in a storage someplace. It's going to sit there for 10 years and then it'll be all messed up anyways. So avoid punting. What does punting mean?
Putting it off?
Punting actually means pushing your stuff on people that they don't want. Okay. So pushing stuff on people that they don't want. Now, how do you avoid punting? You ask them if they want it. Ask them if they want it. Are you going to use it? Do you want it? Are you going to use it? So that's one way, because you never want to push your stuff on people that they don't want, because they'll disrespect it. Okay. Oops. Okay. And then number 8 is donate, donate, donate. You cannot. There's donation places everywhere now. You can go down the street. There's a big box. I got rid of like 300 shirts, that I had that were either big for me, or there was something, collars were too big or out of date or something, and I got rid of because my closet was packed, and I still have too many shirts. So donate, donate, donate. Now, I found a clever way of donating stuff. You know how you might have things that you use maybe once every 5 years, once every 2 years. So you keep it because you might need it, but you don't use it enough. Well, here's a trick I found. I used to have a video duplication machine that you put in one DVD and it makes 4 DVDs, or you put one CD, it makes 4 CDs. Okay, very expensive machine at the time, and I didn't want to just throw it away, and I wouldn't sell for maybe $50, and I paid like $3,000-4,000 for it. So I went to my local senior center. I said, do you get asked to duplicate, CDs and DVDs? They go, all the time. I go, then what do you do? Oh, we recommend this place, that place. I said, how about if I bring you the machine and I show you how to use it, and then people can use it? And they loved it. They're like, oh, that's great. So I put it in the senior center near my house. And guess what? If I ever need to make copies,
You know where it is.
I know exactly where it is, So it's called clever donating. You still got the donation mental piece, or whatever you want to call that, and yet it's still in your possession, or still near your possession. So that's called clever donating. Also lending it. A lot of times we have stuff that we don't need, and somebody wants to borrow it. Hey, or you can barter it with people. A lot of times, stuff that you don't want, somebody else might really want it, and they might give you something that you want. So donate, donate, donate is very powerful. All right. Now here's a good one. Be realistic. See these pair of pants? Guess what the size is on this one? 29. Guess the size he wears now?
36.
48. You think he'll ever go back to this? Heck no.
Hell no.
So 48, I might keep it to like 40 or 45, but don't keep it till 29. You know what I mean? So you want to be realistic. And same thing with, if you have 10 pair of glasses, right? put them off site. You know, if you can't get rid of them, put them off site. Put them in a non-primary situation, primary location. Like, you know, your closet is primary location. Put them like in a shelf someplace in the shed so that it's not taking up your prime space. You see what I mean? And you can always go back to it if you need it and put a date on it saying, if not used by 2 years, you know, throw them away. So yeah, be realistic. Clothing, food, same thing with food. You know, I mean, we just recently cleaned out our freezer. We had stuff there from 1979. You know? I mean, really? Who's gonna eat that? You know? It's true. It's like the wedding cake or something. You know how people keep that forever? Try eating that. You end up in a what do you call it? Detoxification center. Okay. Also, pare down paper and photos. Now, this is the biggest clutter right here. Pare down photos and papers. You know, and we talked about certain tips and tricks. All right. So the first one is sort mail at the source. You know how when you go to the mailbox and there's all kinds of junk mail. The number one thing to do is make it electronic. You know, if you have a computer, if you have a phone, make it electronic so that you don't even get the mail in the thing. You'd be surprised when your mail comes in through mailbox. You'd be surprised how vulnerable it is. How many people handle it? People can use the wrong information. You know, I'll give you an example. One time I renewed my registration for my car, and I got the renewal, but I didn't get the stickers. Somebody apparently took the stickers out and put it on their car, See? So I called them up, they sent me another stickers, but what I'm saying is you'd be surprised at how things can get swindled along the way. So make them foolproof, make them electronic so that you don't even get it in the mail, nobody can steal your identity, and you can always get it, okay? So that's a very good way. And also, sort mail at the source, throw away the junk mail right there, don't even bring it home. Also shred old documents and bills. How many people have a shredder? Shredder? Good, smart. Yeah, because see, we do a fraud prevention class. Shredding is so crucial. Make sure you shred your stuff, because if you put it in the garbage, you don't know who goes through your garbage. You know. So shred old documents and bills. Release photos if you don't know who's in them. You know how every time we have pictures of people that we don't even know who they are, and we're going to pass it on to our heirs. You know what I mean? Like, even we don't know who they are. So make sure if you don't know who they are, get rid of them. Now, if you know who they are, mark them, because your family might, you know, your kids might not know. So put them, you know, Aunt Karen or Aunt Sharon or whatever, so that it's more meaningful to them. All right. Okay, so that's those are the 10 tips. Now, you know, I mean, I gave you 10 tips. How many can you remember so far? How many can you remember? One? Which one? Donut?
Tear down paper and photos.
I like him. How about anybody else? How many tips do you remember?
Most of them.
Huh?
Most of them.
Okay, let's hear one.
Well, I can't remember them in any order.
Anybody volunteer?
Clothes.
Huh?
Clothes.
Clothes, sorting at clothes.
Be
Yeah.
realistic.
Be realistic.
4 piles.
Four piles sort. Go ahead.
My biggest problem is photos, because the kids don't want them.
Exactly. So what do? You know, take a picture of it. I'll tell you what the photos, the best thing with photos is. Do you have a Facebook account?
Mm-hmm.
Take a picture of the one that you really like, the one that's really meaningful. Take a picture of it, post it on Facebook. You saved it. You also exposed it to the world that might want to see it, and they'll comment on it. They'll relive that moment as well. People who know, you'd be surprised how many people would give you, how many likes you'd get. And you saved it on Facebook. Now you can go and trash it.
It'll take a while. I've got over 20 photo albums, and the kids don't want it.
There you
Even
go.
my wedding album, they don't want it.
Isn't that a shame? You know, and look at how much money you paid. I used to be a wedding photographer. I know. I made a lot of money, you know, making videos that nobody watches.
Or can, there's no
Yeah.
video machines.
Right? Yes.
I scanned the photos and put it in iCloud.
Beautiful.
That is-
Beautiful. Scan the photos, put it in iCloud. If they want it, great. If not, it's not taking up space in your house.
Mhm.
Right?
I don't have.
Beautiful. Who else remembers some tips? Okay. Well, see, now we just did the 10 tips, and within the class, You guys forgot, right? And that makes me very useless if you guys walk out of here and don't remember anything. So my next promise to you was I'm gonna help you, give you a formula so you remember that. And the formula has to be simple. The formula can't be my mother's maiden name. It has to be something simple, which is declutter. That's the formula. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're all gonna populate this formula so we all remember it. Okay. So with D, they might not be in the same order. Okay. What happens with D?
Destroy.
Trash it, yeah, destroy, okay. Donate. Remember? Donate, okay. Alright. What about with E?
Evaluate.
Every item has a home. Right? Very powerful. Every item has a home, okay? Alright. What about C? C, let me see what C is.
Consolidate.
Consolidate. I had to cheat. Consolidate. Consolidate and cash out. Sell it. Consolidate. Sell it. Cash out. Okay. And L.
Let it go.
Legacy items. Legacy items. Legacy item. And also love it or leave it. There can be multiple things. We might even have 12 by the time we get done with this. Okay. But that's okay. Love it or leave it and legacy items. Get rid of the legacy items. What about you?
Use it or lose it.
I like him. Use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. If you don't use it, if you don't use it but it's still valuable, try to sell it. If you can't sell it, put it off site. Don't leave it in your living room. Put it in some place, away from so that your room looks nice and big. Okay? And then put a date on it. If I don't use it again by 2024, I said 2024 or 25. Okay? What about T?
Trash it.
Trash it, toss it, 10-minute sweep. Very powerful, 10-minute sweep, okay? Do a 10-minute sweep because that's a very powerful thing. Alright, we'll move over to E.
Evaluate.
Pardon me?
Evaluate.
Evaluate, exchange it. Equal in, equal out. Actually, it's equal in, equal out. Okay? Equal in, equal out. What does that mean? Equal in, equal out. If you throw them out, if you buy another jacket, what do you do with the old jacket?
Cry.
What? What did you say?
I said cry.
Cry.
I have more jackets than everybody in this room.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
I do.
Well, but what you do is you get rid of the one that you least like, okay?
That's not happening ever.
Well, okay. All right. Well, we'll let you decide that. Okay, and then R stands for be realistic.
Recycle.
Recycle it. Repurpose it. What does repurpose it mean?
Find another use for it.
Right.
Find another use for it. What else? And regift it. How many people have gotten card regifting? How many people were ever card regifting? We all have. We give it to the same person.
Even that.
I may have done that. Repair it. A lot of times we keep some stuff that's not even working. Get it repaired. If you really want it, get it repaired, get it working. Or refurbish it. Like you might have like a chair that's really valuable and hey, refurbish it. Use it if you're gonna. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this. Now I'm gonna ask you how many can you remember by the formula declutter, okay? Okay. Alright, so let's start with D.
Donate.
Donate. What about E?
Every item has a home.
I love him. Every item has a home. What about C?
Consolidate.
Consolidate. L.
Legacy.
Legacy item. Love it or leave it. U.
Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it and unpack your bags. Unpack your bags as soon as you come home. What about T?
10 minutes sleep.
10-minute sweep. And another T is trash it.
Trash. Yeah.
E.
Evaluate.
Evaluate. Equal in, equal out. Okay. What about R?
Recycle.
Recycle, repurpose, refurbish, repair. Okay.
Regift.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if you can do it one more time, backwards.
Oh.
Recycle.
Recycle,
Evaluate.
evaluate, and also what was
Easy
it?
in, easy out.
Equal in, equal out. T.
Trash.
T.
10 minutes.
10-minute sweep. U.
Use it or lose it.
Use it or lose it, and unpack your bags.
Okay.
L,
Legacy.
legacy items, love it or leave it. C,
Consolidate.
very good. E,
Every item has a.
every item has a place. And D,
Donate.
donate. Okay, very good. Now let me ask you a question. How do you make something a habit? How do you make something a lifestyle? How many times do you have to do something to make?
21.
Very good. Who said? What did you say?
I get you.
Oh, you said 21, right? Who else begs to differ?
Yeah.
Anybody else has a different answer?
I got 25.
You got to. You're a hard man to mold. Anybody else? It's actually 20. And I'll give you a scientific fact, and I'll prove it to you. Okay, you ready?
Right.
How many cigarettes in a pack of cigarettes?
20.
Bingo. And look at how many smokers we have worldwide.
Right.
See?
How are they packed?
It's a fact because you see how many smokers get hooked on smoking?
How are they packed in the package?
Oh, how are they packed in a package?
7, 6, 7.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
3 sevens would be 21.
Right? Okay, 7, 6, 7. Okay, I didn't know that. But there you go. So you do anything 20 times, it's going to become a habit. So how are you going to do this 20 times? Now, there are several ways. One is every day, for the next 20 days, I want you to think about declutter and see if you can repopulate this. And also do something. Do something. Either donate something every day, or donate something, or
Like a home. Find a home for it.
every place has a home. So if your keys are out of place, put it back in place. If you're whatever, do something. C is consolidate something. Legacy items, unpack your bag, trash it, 10-minute sweep. This is the one you want to do every day. 10-minute sweep. Just do something every day for the next 20 days, and equal in, equal out, and recycle. You can do that, or you tell 20 people what declutter stands for. And I promise you, when you do that 20 times, it'll become a habit. You'll start doing it automatically. When you have nothing else to do, you'll be on the phone cleaning out the nook. Okay, that's how powerful it is. All right, any questions? Any questions? Really? Either I was good or you guys took a nap.
You've got valuable things to sell. How do you go about selling them?
Beautiful. If you have valuable things to sell, how do you go about selling? Very good. Where did you buy them from?
They were passed down from my
Okay.
husband's grandfather.
Very good. Now, if you really want to get rid of them and they're valuable, but you don't care how much you get, you just want to get rid of them, pawn shop. They're not going to give you much, but
I'm talking about good stuff like Tiffany silver.
Facebook, take a picture, put it on Facebook. There's a marketplace. Okay, you can put it on that. Put it on Craigslist. Okay.
I've never sold online, so.
Yeah. See, another thing you can do. Take a picture of it. Make a 3.5 by 5 cards and put them in a place right here. They have a notice board. Put it there.
Everybody here wants to declutter.
Well, yes, but see, you know how you have a notice board? Just put one picture there, and it'll be people from here who will pick it up. So yeah, that's one way. Put it on Facebook Marketplace, and they're all free. Put it on Craigslist, all free. Yes. And if you really want to get rid of it, go to pawn shop. They'll give you pennies on a dollar, but at least you won't be cluttering your house.
eBay would be good too.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I've never
Any other
used
questions?
that either.
Any other questions? Anybody else has any decluttering issue that seems impossible?
Paper.
Paper. Paper we talked about. First of all, go paperless. I'm telling you, it's the best thing ever. Go paperless. Even if you lose your password, you'll be able to get in. Okay. Go paperless. And secondly, unsubscribe. Even in your email, if you get junk emails, at the bottom there's a thing called unsubscribe. Just unsubscribe it. Why get junk mail in your email? And another best thing about decluttering is the same phenomena that you use in decluttering your house, you can use the same formula to declutter your brain, to declutter the old memories that are not serving you, or declutter the memories that are bringing you bad mood, that put you in a bad mood. You know, I have a sister, she's a little bit older than me, but she always, whenever we talk, she'll always bring up something that somebody did to her 30 years ago. And I'm like, how did that make you feel then? Oh, I hated it. I said, if you hated it, then why do you want to watch the same movie again? Watch a different movie, let it go. And so now she's catching on. So you can do the same thing with your thoughts and your memories that are not serving you well. You know, get rid of those and populate them with good, clean memories that you're making again, that you're making now. All right? All right, folks, this is the class. Thank you very much. By the way, I do 6 pillars of brain health. I do happiness 101. Please ask your providers to, if you're interested, and we'll have a lot of fun, and I'll make sure that it becomes your lifestyle. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Very good.